My friend, you think money problems come from bad luck, a small salary, or the economy. That is a lie. Many people lose cash before they lose control. They lose it in one fast moment of fear, greed, boredom, or pain. Here, you will train your English, and you will train your mind. Stay until the end, and you will learn the rule that can protect both your peace and your wealth. Welcome to English Story Studio. Here we build calm English and a stronger life, one hard truth at a time. Maybe you work hard, but your money still disappears. Maybe you promise yourself, next month I will be better. Then the next month looks the same. This pain is real. But the truth is also real. Money is not only math. Money is emotion. A budget matters, yes. But if your mind is weak, your plan is weak. If your emotions lead, your wallet follows. Today we will walk through 8 Stoic rules. First, we will see the link between emotion and money. Then we will face the trap of impulse. After that, a hard wake-up truth. Then we will learn Stoic distance, the power of stepping back. We will talk about dopamine debt and how your attention is being stolen. We will protect your peace from people who drain your energy. We will learn why boredom can make you rich. And at the end, we will see the final truth. The greatest victory is victory over yourself. So let us begin with the first rule. Money is not ruled by math. It is ruled by emotion. People love to say, just save more, just invest, just be smart. But my friend, if being smart was enough, many more people would be free. The problem is deeper. A person can know the right thing and still do the wrong thing. A person can read about money all day, then destroy progress in 10 minutes at night. Why? Because fear speaks fast. Greed speaks sweetly, and discipline speaks quietly. Think about fear first. When fear enters the room, logic often leaves. A person sees bad news and thinks, I must act now. I must sell now. I must hide now. Fear makes small problems look huge. Fear says, do something, do something, do something. But action is not always wisdom. Sometimes action is panic, wearing nice clothes. Now think about greed. Greed is different. Fear is cold. Greed is hot. Greed says, this is your chance. Greed says, everybody is winning except you. Greed says, one fast move will change your life. So people chase fast money, easy money, magic money. They stop asking calm questions. They stop asking, is this true? Is this useful? Is this safe? Greed makes a lie sound like opportunity. This is why 2 people can earn the same salary, but live very different lives. One person feels every emotion and obeys it. The other person feels the emotion but does not bow to it. That is the difference. Not information first, control first. Jake learned this too late. Jake worked at a phone store in Ohio. Every Friday he felt rich. He got paid, he smiled, he ordered food, bought small things online, and told himself he deserved it. By Tuesday he felt stress. By Thursday he felt shame. Then Friday came again, and the cycle started again. Jake did not have a math problem first. He had an emotion problem. Paycheck gave him relief. Spending gave him pleasure. Then reality returned. Stop. Be honest. When was the last time you checked your bank account without fear? When was the last time you spent money just to change your mood? Look at your last 7 days. Not your dreams. Not your excuses. Your real actions. This is the first Stoic rule. Your feelings are real, but they are not always wise. You must never let a temporary emotion make a long-term decision. Now we move to the second rule, the impulse trap. Many people do not buy because they need something. They buy because they feel empty. This is a hard truth. The shopping bag is often not about the object. It is about the feeling. You are bored. You scroll. You see something shiny. For one moment, your mind says, yes, this will help. This will fix today. This will make me feel alive. But it does not fix the real problem. It only covers it for a moment. Emma did this after work. She was not stupid. She was tired. There is a difference. She came home to a quiet apartment. She felt lonely, but she did not want to sit with that feeling, so she opened shopping apps. A dress, a lamp, skincare, books she would never read. Nothing was crazy expensive. That is how the trap hides. It does not always destroy you with one big purchase. Sometimes it bleeds you with many small ones. That is how impulse works. It says, this is small. This is harmless. This is a reward. But a reward for what? For being tired? For being sad? For being alive one more day? My friend, if every emotion gets a reward, discipline dies. The truth is simple. When you buy from boredom, you are not solving pain. You are renting relief. And relief is expensive when you rent it every week. A stoic mind asks better questions. Do I need this or do I need comfort? Will this item help my life tomorrow or only excite me for 10 minutes? Am I buying a tool or am I buying escape? First, pause. Do not buy the first feeling. Then, name the emotion. Say it clearly. I am bored. I am sad. I am anxious. I am angry. Finally, delay the action. Wait one day. Sometimes wait 1 hour is enough to break the spell. Distance creates truth. The small gap is powerful. In that gap, you return to yourself. In that gap, you stop being a puppet. In that gap, you remember your rules. And yes, rules matter. People think rules remove freedom. Often the opposite is true. Rules protect freedom. A person with no rules becomes a servant of every mood. A person with rules can say no, even when the body says yes. That is strength. Quiet strength. Real strength. Many people want more income. Good. But more income without self-control is like pouring water into a broken bucket. The answer is not only earn more. The answer is leak less. This is why your mind is an asset. A weak mind creates debt. A calm mind creates options. A weak mind reacts. A calm mind chooses, and near the 10-minute mark, we must face a slap of truth. Some people blame the economy for everything. They say the system is the reason they stay poor. Yes, the world can be unfair. Yes, life can be hard, but that is not the whole truth. The deeper truth is coming and it will hurt. You are not only harmed by the world outside you. You are often harmed by the world inside you. In the next part, we will go deeper into this hard sentence. You stay poor not only because life is hard, but because you cannot say no to your own temporary emotions. That is where stoic power begins. Remember this, my friend. Feelings come. Feelings go. But every small choice compounds. Every day you are building a prison or building a path. A hard truth now, my friend. We have arrived at the wake-up moment. You say the economy is why you are poor. You say prices are high. You say rich people started ahead. You say life is expensive. Some of that is true. But your full story cannot be built on blame. That is the lie. The deeper truth is this. Many people stay poor because they cannot say no to their own temporary emotions. That sentence feels sharp because it cuts close to the bone. A weak mind always finds an outside reason. A strong mind starts inside. A weak mind says, I had no choice. A strong mind says, I had a moment, and I failed in that moment. That is painful, but pain can be honest, and honest pain can change your life. Look at the pattern. You feel stress, you spend, you feel boredom, you scroll, you feel envy, you chase, you feel fear, you hide, you feel shame, you avoid the bank account. Then you blame the economy, but the economy did not force that late-night order. The economy did not make you open the app again. The economy did not make you lie to yourself with the words, "I deserve this." My friend, you do deserve peace. You do deserve dignity. You do deserve a better life. But you do not get that life by obeying every passing feeling. Ryan learned this after a painful year. He drove for a delivery app in Arizona. He always said the same thing. Gas is high. Rent is high. Food is high. Nothing was wrong in those words, but he never looked at the full picture. Every bad shift ended with comfort spending. Fast food, drinks, new headphones, random online deals, small escapes. He said they were small because he was afraid to add them up. One Sunday, his card was declined. Not for something big, for groceries. That was the day the truth hit him. He sat in his car in the parking lot and felt anger first, then shame, then silence. Finally, he opened his bank history and looked at every week yes. The truth was ugly. He was not only losing to prices, he was losing to himself. Stop. Be honest. What is your favorite excuse? Is it stress? Is it work? Is it your childhood? Is it bad luck? Is it the government? Is it your partner? Is it low salary? Maybe those things matter. But where are you weak? Where do you always break? What feeling controls your hand, your mouth, your money? This is not about guilt for no reason. Guilt alone is useless. This is about responsibility. Responsibility is heavy, but it gives power back to you. When you blame only the world, you become small. When you admit your own pattern, you become dangerous in a good way. Now you can act. Now you can train. Now you can change. The Stoic path begins here. Stop asking, who's to blame? Start asking, what is in my control today? Maybe you cannot control inflation. Maybe you cannot control your boss. Maybe you cannot control your boss. Maybe you cannot control the market, but you can control one more hour without useless spending. You can control one more honest look at your account. You can control one more day without buying mood medicine from a screen. That is the twist. Your poverty is not always a math issue. Often it is a boundary issue. You do not know how to tell yourself no. No to the extra snack. No to the fake emergency. No to the emotional reward. No to the angry message. No to the late night purchase. No to the lie that says this tiny choice does not matter. It matters. A life is built from repeated yes and repeated no. Every no protects a future yes. When you say no to impulse, you say yes to peace. When you say no to noise, you say yes to focus. When you say no to emotional spending, you say yes to cash flow, savings, and breathing room. Many people want dramatic change. Few people want daily refusal. But daily refusal is where power grows, quietly, slowly, like a tree, like muscle, like trust. And now we move into the next Stoic rule, detachment. Detachment does not mean you stop caring. It does not mean you become cold stone. It means you do not react immediately to everything that touches you. You create space between the event and your response. In that space, your future can survive. Most people live with no gap. Something happens and they react. Someone says something rude and they answer fast. They see a sale and they buy fast. They read bad news and they panic fast. They feel insulted, tempted, excited, afraid. and they move at once. This is not freedom. This is slavery with better clothes. A stoic mind steps back. One step back before anger. One step back before spending. One step back before speaking. One step back before clicking buy. That one step can save months of damage. Olivia used to fight every small battle. At work in Chicago, one rude email could destroy half her day. One problem with a client could push her into revenge mode. She would answer too fast. She would shop after work to calm down. Anger became expense. Stress became expense. Her peace became expensive. Then she changed one thing. She stopped reacting in real time. When something upset her, she wrote the reply, but did not send it. When she wanted to buy something emotional, she put it in a list and waited 24 hours. When family drama arrived, she did not jump into the fire right away. She stepped back, and something strange happened. Most of the urgent things were not urgent. Most of the must-buy-now items did not matter by the next day. Most of the anger lost heat with time. Distance told the truth. This is stoic detachment. Not running away. Not hiding. Just refusing instant obedience. First, pause the body. Take one breath. Put the phone down. Sit down if you are standing. Drink water. Slow the machine. Then, describe the event in simple words, without drama. Not, this is a disaster. Say, this is an email. This is an ad. This is an urge. This is a feeling. Finally, choose the smallest wise action. Maybe answer later. Maybe buy nothing. Maybe say one calm sentence. Maybe walk outside for 5 minutes. This sounds simple because it is simple. But simple is not easy. People confuse those two things all the time. The lie is that power looks loud. The truth is that power often looks like a pause. In money, this matters deeply. A delayed choice is often a better choice. A delayed purchase is often no purchase. A delayed reaction saves emotional energy. And emotional energy is part of wealth. A person who protects attention, peace, and cash is richer than a person who only chases appearances. Think about a fisherman. He does not jump into the water every time he sees movement. He waits. He watches. He knows timing matters. But modern people live like trapped animals. Ping, react. Sale, react. Comment, react. Sale, react. Comment, react. Trend, react. Fear, react. My friend, that is not a mind. That is a button. Do not become a button for the world to press. Stop. Be honest. How fast do you react? How many times today did a screen control your emotion? How many times this week did you answer too quickly, buy too quickly, or judge too quickly? Look at your screen time. Look at your spending time. Look at your angry moments. The pattern is there. Detachment also protects relationships. Some people burn bridges because they speak from heat, not from truth. Some people lose trust because they answer from ego, not from wisdom. A calm pause can save money. A calm pause can save love. A calm pause can save years. And here is the deeper point. When you step back, you return to the ruler inside you. You stop being dragged by every wave. You remember your values. You remember your rules. You remember the kind of person you are trying to become. That question matters more than most people think. Who are you becoming when you react fast? Who are you becoming when you buy from pain? Who are you becoming when you let every emotion lead? The answer is not fate. The answer is practice. Practice the pause when you want to defend your ego. Practice the pause when the ad says, limited time. Practice the pause when boredom asks for spending. Practice the pause when fear says sell everything. Practice the pause when anger wants one last message. The pause is small. The result is large. In the next part, we will enter a more hidden trap. Not only spending, not only anger. We will talk about dopamine debt and how social media quietly steals the one asset that can create real money, your attention. Remember this line, my friend. The person who controls the gap controls the outcome. Now we enter a quieter enemy, my friend. It does not always look dangerous. It often looks normal, even fun, even harmless, but it is eating your life in small bites. This is dopamine debt. Dopamine is the feeling of quick reward, a small hit, a little excitement, a tiny spark. Social media, short videos, endless scrolling, constant messages, fast entertainment. These things train your brain to want speed all the time. New, fast, bright, easy again, again, again. And that is a problem, because real money is usually not built in fast, bright moments. It is built in long, quiet hours, focused hours, boring hours, repeated hours. So here's the truth. Social media is not only stealing your time, it is stealing your ability to do deep work. And deep work is an asset. Your attention is an asset. In many cases, it is your greatest asset. A distracted mind earns less. A scattered mind finishes less. A restless mind builds less. This is why I call it dopamine debt. Debt is not only money you owe a bank. Debt is also a cost you push into the future. Every hour of fractured attention creates a bill. Maybe you do not see the bill today, but later you pay for it with weak focus, weak memory, weak discipline, weak output, weak income. The debt grows quietly. Marcus Aurelius did not have notifications. You do. Seneca did not fight short video addiction. You do. So your stoic battle is modern. The battlefield is in your pocket. The trap is not only what you buy, the trap is what you consume. Kevin learned this in a hard way. He wanted to start a small online business. He had ideas. He had energy. He had a laptop, a decent job, and enough time after work. But every night he said the same lie. I will start in 10 minutes. Then he opened social media. One video became 12. 12 became 40 minutes. Then 1 hour. Then tiredness. Then guilt. Then sleep. The next day he blamed time, but time was not the real enemy. Stimulation was. His brain was trained for reward without effort. So when the real work appeared, quiet work, difficult work, slow work, his mind said no. Not because he was lazy in his soul, because he was conditioned by speed. My friend, this matters more than people admit. A person can have talent and still fail because their nervous system is addicted to noise. They cannot stay with one task long enough for it to become valuable, and value takes time. Writing takes time. Learning takes time. Building skill takes time. Saving money takes time. Healing takes time. Trust takes time. Wealth takes time. But the screen teaches the opposite lesson. It teaches that everything must be instant, emotional, dramatic, fast. This is a lie, a dangerous lie. Stop. Be honest. How many times did you check your phone today for no real reason? How many times did you leave a hard task because your mind wanted a quick reward? Look at your screen time. Look at your output. Which number is bigger, consumption or creation? That check may hurt. Good. Truth often hurts before it heals. The Stoic answer is not to hate pleasure. The Stoic answer is to put pleasure in its place. Pleasure is a guest, not the leader. You must not let cheap stimulation command your best hours. First, protect your morning. Do not begin the day by giving your mind to strangers online. Wake up and keep your attention for yourself. Even 30 minutes of no scrolling can change the tone of the day. Then, create before you consume. Write 1 page. Study 10 words. Solve 1 work problem. Clean 1 financial task. Finally, reduce the number of doors into your mind. Turn off notifications. Remove the loudest apps from your first screen. Make distraction less easy. Simple changes, serious results. You do not need a perfect life. You need fewer leaks. Think of attention like cash flow. If money leaves faster than it enters, you feel pressure. If attention leaves faster than focus returns, you also feel pressure. That pressure becomes confusion, delay, fatigue, and self-doubt. Then people say, "I do not know what is wrong with me." Often something is wrong with their environment, their habits, and their inputs. Guard the inputs. What enters your eyes enters your mind. What enters your mind shapes your choices. What shapes your choices shapes your future. This is why your feed matters. Your digital diet matters. If you consume envy, outrage, gossip, panic, fake luxury, and endless comparison, your thoughts become expensive. You start wanting a life that is not even yours. You start competing with people who are not in your room, not in your budget, not in your story. That is madness. A calm person can work. A jealous person can only watch. A focused person can build. A distracted person can only react. So ask yourself a hard question. Does your phone make you stronger? Or does it leave you tired, scattered, and hungry for more? Be honest. Not once. Repeatedly. And now we move to the next rule. Protecting your peace. There are people who drain your energy every time they enter your life. Some complain all day. Some bring drama. Some always want conflict. Some make every conversation heavy. Some do not build, do not learn, do not improve, but they always want your attention. These are energy vampires. They do not suck your blood. They suck your clarity. And clarity is expensive to lose. You need energy to think well. You need energy to work well. You need energy to save, learn, build, and heal. So if your emotional energy is always being burned in arguments, gossip, and repeated negativity, you will have less left for your real life. This is why peace is not weakness. Peace is a resource. Peace is an asset. Sophia understood this after years of emotional chaos. She had a cousin who called almost every night. Every call was the same. Complaints about work. Complaints about family. Complaints about the world. No action. No change. Just emotional dumping. Sophia felt guilty, so she always listened. After each call, she felt tired. She could not focus on her own plans. She could not read. She could not think clearly. She was not bad with money only at the store. She was also bad with energy at the door. Then she made one calm change. She shortened the calls. She stopped answering every time. She gave less emotional access to people who brought only smoke and no light. She was not cruel. She was clear, and her life got quieter. My friend, every yes has a cost. When you say yes to endless complaining, you often say no to your own work. When you say yes to every argument, you say no to your own peace. When you say yes to every emotional emergency, you say no to your own structure. This does not mean you stop loving people. It means you stop drowning with them. A stoic person helps without becoming chaos. A stoic person listens without becoming a trash can. A stoic person cares but keeps boundaries. First, notice who leaves you heavy after every meeting or call. Not once, repeatedly. Then, reduce access. Fewer calls. Shorter replies. Less explanation. Finally, use your best energy for building. Read, work, exercise, budget, learn, rest, exercise, budget, learn, rest. Protect the part of you that can still grow. Because here is the truth. Some people do not want solutions. They want company in misery. Never let them rent a room inside your mind. In the next part, we will face a very strange truth. Boredom, the thing most people run from, can actually make you richer. Remember this, my friend. Attention is wealth. Peace is wealth. Protect both. Now we come to a truth that many people hate at first, my friend. Boredom is profitable. Most people do not become poor because they are always evil or foolish. Many become poor because they cannot stay with boring things long enough for those things to pay. They want movement. They want drama. They want excitement. They want fast proof that effort works. But wealth usually grows in silence. Skill grows in repetition. Peace grows in routine. This is why boredom matters. The modern mind is trained to run from anything flat, slow, or plain. If a task feels repetitive, people leave it. If a result takes months, people quit. If a habit is quiet, people forget it. But rich habits are often boring habits. Budgeting is boring. Saving is boring. Studying is boring. Practicing a useful skill is boring. Going to bed on time is boring. Cooking at home is boring. Showing up again tomorrow is boring. Showing up again tomorrow is boring. And that is exactly why these things work. Most people cannot do them for long. They are chasing high emotion. They are chasing the rush. They are chasing a story they can post. But the truth is more plain. Strong lives are built from repeated actions that nobody claps for. Quiet deposits. Quiet reading. Quiet focus. Quiet restraint. Quiet work. Daniel learned this after years of trying to get rich in exciting ways. He lived in Nevada and loved big ideas. New business plans, new coins, new trends, new channels. Every month, a fresh start. Every month, strong energy. Every month, the same ending. He got bored when the work became normal. He loved beginnings. He hated maintenance. That is a dangerous weakness, because maintenance is where life is won. 1 year after another failed plan, Daniel became tired of his own pattern. He stopped looking for exciting money. He chose a simple path. He tracked spending every week. He paid debt every month. He learned one sales skill for 1 hour each night. He kept the same plan for a full year. No drama. No magic. No big speech. Just repetition. And his life changed, not in one weekend, not with one lucky event. It changed because boring effort started to compound. Small improvements became skill. Small savings became space. Small discipline became identity. That is how real progress works. Stop. Be honest. What useful habit have you left because it felt too boring? What plan did you quit because it did not make you feel special fast enough? Look at the last 6 months. Did you stay with one process? Or did you keep falling in love with new beginnings? This is where Stoicism becomes money in action. Stoicism says, do not worship feelings. If a task matters, do it whether it feels exciting or not. Do it when it is sunny. Do it when it is gray. Do it when your mood is high. Do it when your mood is low. The truth is simple. Feelings change. Systems stay. A boring system can save a chaotic life. Think about exercise. One workout does little. 100 workouts change the body. Think about language learning. One lesson is small. Hundreds of lessons change the tongue, the ear, the confidence. Think about money. One wise purchase is small. Hundreds of wise purchases change your future. Compounding loves repetition, not emotion. That is why boredom is profitable. It filters out the weak. It removes the people who only move when they feel inspired. It rewards those who can stay steady. You do not need to feel inspired every day. You need to become reliable. Reliable with your sleep. Reliable with your spending. Reliable with your study. Reliable with your work. Reliable with your word. A reliable person becomes trusted. A trusted person gets chances. Chances create income. Income managed with discipline creates freedom. See the chain. It is not glamorous. It is real. First, choose fewer goals. Too many goals create emotional noise. One or two clear targets are enough. Then, build a repeatable rhythm. Same hour, same desk, same notebook, same weekly review. Finally, stop asking every day, do I feel like it? Replace that question with, is this part of my plan? That question is stronger because it points to identity, not emotion. This matters in relationships too. People often want exciting love, exciting friendships, exciting conversations. But mature trust is often built in boring ways. Showing up, listening, telling the truth, keeping promises, not disappearing when life feels ordinary. Again, boring things create rich results. The same is true for inner peace. Meditation is boring for many people at first. Walking without music can feel boring. Sitting quietly with your own thoughts can feel boring. But boredom is often the gate to self-respect. If you cannot sit with yourself, you will always search for escape. And escape is expensive. Many purchases are escape. Many arguments are escape. Many distractions are escape. Many bad habits are escape. But a person who can tolerate boredom can finally build. My friend, the market often pays people who can do useful things for long periods without emotional drama. The world is full of people who start. It is hungry for people who continue. And now we arrive at the final rule, the highest rule. The ultimate master is not the person who controls a room, a company, a city, or a crowd. The ultimate master is the person who controls himself. This is the center of the whole story. A man can conquer markets and still be a slave to anger. A woman can earn a high salary and still be a slave to impulse. A person can look powerful online and still be ruled by fear, envy, and appetite. That is not mastery. That is performance. Real mastery is internal. Can you stay calm when insulted? Can you stay patient when progress is slow? Can you say no when desire is loud? Can you keep working when nobody sees you? Can you protect your peace when chaos invites you in? Can you hold your values when temptation promises comfort? That is greatness. The Stoics understood this deeply. The biggest battle is not outside. It is inside. The world outside will always have noise, unfairness, delay, and loss. But if you can govern yourself, the world cannot fully own you. It can wound you, yes. It can test you, yes. But it cannot command your inner life without your permission. That is freedom, not endless pleasure, not endless money, not endless applause. Freedom is self-command. No bank can sell it to you. No app can give it to you. No crowd can vote it into your heart. You build it, and you build it the same way all strong things are built. Repetition, awareness, correction, patience, truth. Nobody is coming to save you. That sentence is hard because it removes fantasy, but it also returns power. If nobody is coming to save you, then your habits matter. Your schedule matters. Your attention matters. Your words matter. Your spending matters. Your boundaries matter. Your boundaries matter. Your mornings matter. Your evenings matter. Your repeated choices matter. This is not bad news. This is adult news. You do not need to become perfect. You need to become honest and trainable. The goal is not to never fail. The goal is to fail. See clearly. Learn and return faster. A master of self is not a person with no storms. A master of self is a person who does not hand the wheel to every storm. In the next part, we will bring all of this together. We will practice the language of this lesson, slow and clear. Then we will move into the closing message, where you will leave not only with English, but with a rule for living. Remember this line, my friend. The person who can govern himself can rebuild almost anything. We have already walked through the 8 rules, my friend. We saw that money is emotional before it is mathematical. We saw the trap of impulse, the lie of blame, the power of stepping back. the cost of dopamine debt, the need to protect peace, the profit inside, boredom, and the highest victory, mastery over self. Now we bring these truths together, slowly and clearly, so they can stay with you after this video ends. Look at the full picture. A weak inner life creates a weak outer life. That is the pattern. If greed leads, money leaks. If fear leads, money hides. If boredom leads, money disappears. If envy leads, focus dies. If noise leads, peace dies. If impulse leads, discipline dies. But the opposite is also true. If awareness leads, choices improve. If patience leads, spending slows. If calm leads, conflict shrinks. If focus leads, work deepens. If routine leads, skill grows. If self-command leads, money starts to stay. This is why Stoicism is not dry philosophy for old books only. It is practical. It is daily. It is financial. It is emotional. It helps you choose what to do when nobody is watching, when your mood is low, when temptation is near, when your phone is glowing, when your stress is speaking loudly. That is where your real character lives. Not in your dreams, not in your plans, not in your excuses, in your repeated decisions. Maybe you hoped for a secret. Many people do. A secret investment, a secret shortcut, a secret system. But the truth is both hard and simple. The strongest financial upgrade is often emotional discipline. A person with average income and strong control can build a stable life. A person with high income and no control can build a beautiful disaster. Never forget that image. A beautiful disaster. Nice clothes, empty savings, big talk, weak habits, fast pleasure, slow regret, public success, private chaos. That is not freedom. That is expensive pain. So what does a stronger life look like in simple daily form? It looks smaller than people expect. It looks like a person checking the bank account without hiding. It looks like a person waiting one day before buying. It looks like a person putting the phone away to finish 1 hour of real work. It looks like a person ending a draining conversation early. It looks like a person doing the boring task again. It looks like a person saying, "I feel this, but I will not obey it." That sentence can change a life. I feel this, but I will not obey it. Say it when you want to spend from stress. Say it when you want to answer from anger. Say it when you want to scroll instead of build. Say it when you want to quit because progress feels slow. Say it when envy tells you to chase a fake life. This is how a calm identity is built. Not through one dramatic win. Through many quiet refusals. Stop. Be honest. Which feeling controls you most right now? Fear, comfort, boredom, loneliness, pride, envy? Name it. Do not hide it behind smart words. Do not decorate it. Truth becomes useful when it becomes clear. Once you name the feeling, your next step becomes more visible. If boredom controls you, build structure. If envy controls you, reduce comparison. If anger controls you, delay response. If impulse controls you, create a waiting rule. If noise controls you, protect your mornings. If shame controls you, face the numbers and begin again. The beginning of mastery is not confidence, it is honesty. And honesty is powerful because it cuts the lie. The lie says, "This is just how I am." The truth says, "This is how I have practiced." Do you see the difference? One story makes you fixed. The other story makes you trainable. That is good news. If your current life is built from practice, then a better life can also be built from practice. Your mind can become stronger. Your spending can become cleaner. Your attention can become deeper. Your peace can become more protected. Your work can become more consistent. Your life can become more yours, but not by accident, by rules. Rules are not punishment. Rules are protection. They protect your future self from your current weakness. They protect your savings from your sadness. They protect your focus from your cravings. They protect your peace from other people's chaos. So build personal rules. Maybe one rule is this: I do not buy on the first day I want something. Maybe one rule is this: I do not check social media before my first important task. Maybe one rule is this: I leave conversations that are only complaint and no action. Maybe one rule is this: I review my money every Sunday, even if I feel ashamed. Maybe one rule is this: I finish the boring work before I search for entertainment. These are not big heroic actions. That is why most people ignore them. But ignored things often decide a life. Think of a ship at sea. A 1-degree shift looks tiny at first, but after many miles, the ship reaches a very different place. Your habits work the same way. One calm pause, one less purchase, one more focused hour, one earlier night, one stronger boundary, small changes, different destination. My friend, do not laugh at small discipline. Small discipline becomes trust. Trust becomes stability. Stability becomes freedom. In the next and final part, I will leave you with a vow-like closing, not soft comfort. Truth. The kind of truth you can carry into tomorrow morning, into your next paycheck, into your next moment of temptation. Stay with me, my friend. Here is the final message. Your life changes when your inner ruler changes, not when you feel more motivated, not when you find the perfect app, not when the economy becomes kind, not when other people finally understand you. Your life changes when you become a person who can hold the line. Hold the line when fear says, run. Hold the line when greed says now. Hold the line when boredom says escape. Hold the line when anger says speak. Hold the line when the screen says scroll. Hold the line when sadness says spend. This is not a small skill. This is the central skill, because money listens to behavior. Peace listens to boundaries. Strength listens to repetition. And the future listens to what you do often. So from today, stop asking only, how can I make more? Ask also, what keeps leaking from me? Where do I lose cash, time, focus, energy, dignity? Where do I hand my power to a passing emotion? That is where your work begins. Do not wait for a dramatic moment. Do not wait for January. Do not wait for a crisis. Start with one honest rule and keep it. Then another. Then another. Build a character that your future can trust. When you fail, and sometimes you will, do not turn failure into identity. Turn it into instruction. Look clearly. Correct the pattern. Return to the path. Again, again, again. That is how self-mastery is built. Slowly, quietly, truthfully. And remember this forever. The person who conquers himself is greater than the person who conquers the world. The world outside is loud, unstable, tempting, and often unfair. But inside you, there can still be order. Inside you, there can still be discipline. Inside you, there can still be a clear voice that says, I will not be ruled by every feeling that visits me. That voice is freedom. This is the promise of English Story Studio. Not only better English, a better inner life. Not only more words, better rules. Not only listening practice, practice for living. So make a choice today. Move from drift to direction. Move from consuming to creating. Move from reacting to governing. Move from excuses to rules. Move from inner chaos to inner command. And when this video ends, do one real thing. Delete one distraction. Cancel one useless expense. Write one personal rule. Protect 1 hour of focus. Begin there. Write in the comments one rule you will follow this week. And if this calm, hard truth helped you, subscribe to English Story Studio and come back to train again. My friend, build a mind that can hold money. Build a mind that can hold peace. Build a mind that can hold truth. Then your life will stop breaking in the same old places